Number 19 says to find the area and perimeter of each shape. I'm going to start with finding the perimeter. But there's no shape given. It just says a rectangle with dimensions of 3x plus 1. So in order to make sure that I don't make any silly mistakes, I'm going to go ahead and give myself a rectangle. 3x plus 1 and 5. Now I know my rectangle, my top side is the same length as my bottom side. So if I were adding up all of the sides together, I would have two sides that are this length, 3x plus 1. And I would have two heights that are this length, 5. And if this concept still is somewhat confusing to you, you are more than welcome to write out the entire expression. 3x plus 1 plus 3x plus 1 plus 5 plus 5. Because that would represent my bottom, my top, my left side, my right side. And then I could combine like terms and simplify. But this process down here, recognizing that there are two sides that are the same for both of these terms, I think will serve you better in the long run. So I'm going to distribute 2 times 3 is 6x. 2 times 1 is 2. 2 times 5 is 10. And combine like terms. I have a constant 2 and a constant 10. That will give me 6x plus 12. And now I need to find the area. And so area is my length times my height, or my base times my height, depending on where and when you heard it. And I'm going to keep my integer outside of the parentheses to the left rather than to the right. So I will say my side times my base. And that's going to equal the area. So now we distribute. 5 times 3x is 15x. 5 times positive 1 is 5. And so my area equals 15x plus 5. And if you want to give that a dimension, you can call it units squared. However, I am not going to be particularly picky at this point in the year. I'm going to bring a fresh copy of this worksheet up for us to work on the next problem, just to make sure that I have enough room for answering all of these, all that goes into this particular question. And so the first thing I'm going to do is figure out the perimeter. And this expression already has quite a bit of information that is given to us. Know that the top here is 4x minus 2y. Our top right is 2 plus 8x. My bottom base piece is 3x plus 10. These two little tiny pieces that hang over are x. But the only thing that's not really given is how tall this boxy rectangular piece is. And so I need to use some other pieces of information. My entire house shape is 14. And what looks to be this attic space of or triangle space of this house shape is 6. And so I can simply find the difference between those two to recognize that there is 8 units of difference between 14 and 6. And so 8 gets me up to the top of the base of that triangle. 8 and 6 is 14. Now I have enough terms that I can easily find the perimeter. And we're going to do this by adding everything together. 4x minus 2y plus 2 plus 8y plus x plus 8 plus 3x plus 10 plus 8 plus x. Oh, I almost got that on the whole screen. I'll try to write a little bit smaller when I simplify the next step. Now we need to look through, do I have any negative signs in front of any of my expressions? And I don't. So since there's no negative signs in front of any of these parentheses, there's nothing that will need to be distributed through, and I can simply pull all of my parentheses out. And so I'm going to try to do this with a little bit tighter writing. 4x minus 2y plus 2 plus 8y plus x plus 8 plus 3x plus 10 plus 8 plus x. Got it all into one screenshot. And so now we can start by identifying our like terms. I have a 4x plus 1 more x is 5x plus 3 more x's would be 8x plus x would be 9x. Next I'll identify my y's. I have negative 2y there because remember it has that subtraction sign in front of it that acts as a negative. Negative 2y plus 8y would be positive 6y. And that's all of my y's, so that would make this positive 6y. Now it looks like all I have left are constants, so 2 plus 8 is 10, plus 10 is 20, plus 8, 28. Now that gave us the perimeter, but we haven't really found the area yet. So now let's go back through and find the area. And one careful thing we need to recognize is in order to have an area, we need to know the entire base of our triangle. And we need to know the height of our triangle. And so we're going to start with just looking for the area of that triangle. And that would be represented by, well, this section here of the triangle is 3x plus 10. But don't forget that we have part of it is x and part of it is x over there. So let me show you how that will look. My base has got an x plus a 3x plus 10. And so I need to combine all these like terms to figure out what my true actual base of the triangle is. 1, 2, plus 3 is 5x, plus 10 is the base of my triangle. Now our formula for area of a triangle is 1/2 base times height. And so I can say 1/2 times 5x plus 10 times a height of 6 and combine by multiplying straight across. Two times 1 is 2. And remember that in multiplication, I can flip the order of these two terms because it is commutative. 6 times 5x plus 10 now I can simplify. Well, 6 divided by 2 would be 3. So that would leave me with 3 times 5x plus 10. Now I can distribute. 3 times 5 is 15x. 3 times 10 is 30. And all of that work was only the area of the triangle. So now we need to find the area of the base rectangle, which will be a little bit easier. 8 times 3x plus 10. 8 times 3x plus 10. And again, we need to distribute. 8 times 3x is 24x. 8 times 10 is 80. So now I have the area of my triangle, the area of my rectangle, but I don't have yet an area of my entire figure, so I add the two together. 15x plus 30 plus 24x plus 80. I'm going to combine my like terms. 15x and 24x should give me something like 39x. 30 and 80 would give me 110. And again, we don't have a specified unit, so we could just call that units squared. But I won't be looking so much for that on this particular quiz. Hopefully that has helped you with problems 19 and 20.